doing? So with the doom ring too.
Hello, Together Online here. I wanted to tell the story of how I kind of got this interview because it was very just like fate. It was so random how I got this interview. And also, shouts out first to Kaz and Kira for just the continued support. I appreciate it. Everyone that has stuck with me while I'm learning how to make videos. Like, I have no idea how to do this. I'm using DaVinci Resolve. Before this, I was using Windows Movie Maker. Like, I'm serious. I have no idea what I'm doing over here. But, yeah, so sometime in September 2022, I went to this Future Funk show, and it was like literally all the biggest names in Future Funk. Like, you had Young Bae, you had Saint Pepsi. Like, Saint Pepsi was huge for me. You have Macross, Night Tempo, Vantage. Yeah, just like the biggest heads in Future Funk. And I was front row. This time, I was bringing my Nintendo DSi with me to like every show I went to like take pictures, and I was front row taking pictures with my DSi, and it was so funny. Vantage, he posted me on a story like, "Yo, who's this guy with the DSi?" and like I commented like, "Oh, that's me." But yeah, so the next day comes around and I'm at work. All right. At this time, I was working on Union Square in San Francisco, and not even kidding you, like right outside of my work, I see Macross and Neon Vectors, like the day after the show, and I'm like, hey, I need to take a break right now. So I run out. I'm like, yo, I just saw you last night. You remember the guy with the DSi? That was me. And but before I was trying to get an interview with Saint Pepsi, and that kind of fell through. He's so hard to get a hold of. I need that interview so bad. But yeah, I was telling them how I was trying to get the interview with Saint Pepsi, and then I had posed the question if Macross and Neon Vectors would be down for an interview, and they agreed, and they were like, actually, we're about to hang out with Vantage, and I'm gonna murder the name. Daviouxx? I don't know how to pronounce it, but the owner of like Neon City Records, and like we're gonna be here for the next few days. We can do an interview. So I'm like going home ecstatic, like trying to figure this out. Yeah. So we met up at, I showed him this Mexican food spot in Mission. I wish I remembered the name. It's some classic taqueria over there. And that's where we met up, kind of started the interview. And then I drove them to, what was it? El Techo in the Mission also. And that's where we kind of finished the bulk of the interview. And yeah. Just random. So random how I got this interview. And this has been like definitely one of my favorite interviews I've like ever kind of composed, because I don't know, just the questions I was really proud of. And it really got into like the details of producing. And like that's what I like to kind of focus on, just like as a producer. And like knowing their like little tricks and everything, and it was very genuine, and like it was just so, and like how I recorded it on like the VHS, like it was like very just kind of stream of conscious like interview. So yeah, thank you for listening to all this me ramble on, but yeah, I hope you enjoy the interview. Together Online, signing off.
And he was like,
Alright, so what'd you order?
I have no idea, just some tacos.
Alright, what'd you end up ordering?
al pastor and pollo asada. I hope I'm saying that right.
It was really good. It was really, really good, yeah.
What's your order?
I got like carne asada and chicken. And some flautas.
What's your pose? My pose is this. Your pose is this. It's very similar.
Yeah, so how did all you guys else start with music?
So I actually started making music in 2008. At first it was just beats. My dad showed me this like how to make flashing lights in 6 minutes, you know, kind of like remake video. And I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. I want to do that. And so that's how I started out, just making like rap beats on FL Studio. And then I came across a sample breakdown video that showed you like how to sample, chop up, you know, speed up and down and stuff like that. And then I moved to Ableton, and then, you know, as everybody sort of does, like I started being like, you know, a little ashamed of sampling so much. So I started like, you know, learning how to produce, like, you know, actually like sequence and, you know, synth, you know, programming and all that. And then that got tiring, so I went back to sampling, full circle. Yeah.
So when did you start sampling again?
That was 2014 with Vantage.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what about you guys? How'd you guys start with your music?
Well, I started like playing guitar when I was 15, and then I went to music school, so I studied like music composition, and then I met a teacher who teach me like how to use guitar, and I was really into hip hop beats, so that's how I started, and then I just started with like, you know, like making house music and nature sounds and that stuff.
Nice. And then what about you?
I used to play in a band too, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I played like beat pop and like pop punk music. Like when I was like in high school, I was really into band like My Chemical Romance, Blink-182, those kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you and Macross could have been in a band together.
Yeah, we're gonna make a band together, man.
Let's do it.
And then I started getting into electronic music, and I started collecting ears, like a synthesizer, sequencer, like a workstation and stuff.
As one does.
And I just started making electronic
I
stuff.
didn't know you were in a band.
Yeah, that's crazy. We're hearing about this
I play
live.
guitar.
No way. That is
I play guitar in my songs, baby.
Pretty shitty.
Well, I used to be like not bad at playing, you know. I was just making really shitty music, but I consider myself a regular bass player, you know.
I think you're still pretty good at guitar, right? You play like some classical stuff.
Yeah, I love classical guitar.
So did you learn classical?
No, I was especially just learned by, you know, learning songs from the Red Hot Chili Peppers and shit, but suddenly I got into like classical music, you know, composers like, I don't know, like gypsy guitar and things like that, and I started just learning that kind of music. But I never, I don't know how to read a partiture or something. I just, by ear.
Yeah. So did you learn tabs? You didn't learn how to do tabs?
No, just tabs.
Yeah. I feel like that's where like a lot of people like stops at. Like they don't want to learn sheet music or anything like that.
Yeah, no, it's like I've tried before, but it's kind of complicated for me. But I really want to do it. You know? I don't want to stay just like learning tabs and shit.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to like read music.
Do you also incorporate like live instruments in your own production?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, mostly bass and guitar.
Yeah. What about all you guys? I know that you said that you used to incorporate live instruments. What about you guys? I saw that you sing on your tracks as well.
I used to play jazz piano, and then when I started making house music, I wanted to sing on my song, so I started like singing.
Yeah.
So I took lessons of singing and piano. That's how I know to do whatever.
So you were making house music, and you're like, you know what? I want to up this up and start like learning how to sing.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then what about you? Have you incorporated
Pure samples for me.
pure sample? None of your pop punk guitar on there?
Maybe in the future.
Yeah. No pop punk, future funk remix.
Yeah, maybe we can start something. Future punk, yeah.
Future punk. So your guys' take. How did future funk kind of start?
Easy. You wanna take this one?
It was all Macross 82.99.
Oh, what the fuck? That is not true, man. Saint Pepsi.
Yeah.
Kid vibes.
Yeah, Hit Vibes by St. Pepsi. Legit, the beginning of future funk right here.
Yeah.
Like the transition between vaporwave and disco stuff, you know, that's what happened. You know? Saint Pepsi dropped Kid Vibes, and suddenly everyone realized that you can make like more upbeat music and danceable.
Yeah,
that was
the
it.
very first like danceable vaporwave album, I feel.
Probably Macross is the second.
Yeah, I think Macross is the one that came up with the future funk tag.
No way.
Yeah, I kind of did. Like, I think like I incorporated the Sailor Moon stuff into the arts of the future funk shit.
Yeah. The aesthetic.
Aesthetic nature, yeah.
So was no one else like really doing the aesthetic at the time?
No, I mean it was just vaporwave, so I guess it was VHS, distorted images and stuff like that. But then I was like, hey, like Sailor Moon is dope as fuck. I'm gonna play some Sailor Moon pics in my arts.
Yeah.
That was it.
So wait. So
I remember following Macross when you actually had the like Macross like profile pic on SoundCloud. You had a super big robot that looks like an H.
Back in the day, man, that was my first pic, like the SoundCloud pic. And actually, it was like everything was in kanjis and shit, like Macross.
Early future funk was like unsearchable, like everything.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I mean you had to like follow, like if you find something, follow it.
Yeah, and especially with how bad the UI is on SoundCloud, you can't find like the song that you're searching for on SoundCloud.
Yeah, no way.
I mean, it might be better now, but I remember like back then.
It's still shitty. It's still kind of shitty, honestly. You have to place tags, a lot of tags, like future funk, blah blah blah, blah, so people can find you properly.
Yeah. So St. Pepsi was the first one, and then who else was kind of going on the scene? Was it St. Pepsi and straight you, or were the people in between?
I think there was a big thing, like there was this collective called Kids Collective, and they had like Harrison, they had Flamingoses, St. Pepsi. That's where I released my first album, actually. So I guess there was that little scene going on at the time.
Yeah.
Everyone was at the same time doing that kind of music. And that's how like a lot of other people got inspired by that.
Yeah, and this was I believe 2013.
2013.
Yeah, and was that when you released your first album? Yeah.
New Tokyo album.
He tricked me out the other day because he mentioned it's been 10 years, and I can't believe it. It makes no sense in my head that it's been so long.
Yeah.
But it really has.
So how's it been like playing alongside like St. Pepsi? How's it been playing alongside like St. Pepsi, like literally the inventor of future funk? This is probably like the biggest future funk tour to happen.
Yeah, I think that's
I think the best part of the show is like meeting these people, because you always make like new friends and you really get to know them. And that's really cool. St. Pepsi is such a good guy, like such so wholesome.
That's amazing to not just get to know him, but get to know him as a friend now. Because back in the day, I just met him as St. Pepsi, which was kind of a legend, I didn't know how it looked, or I didn't know if he was friendly or something, but it's actually really cool to meet him at this moment that we're like both touring the same tour, and just meeting him as a friend, as a person, as a real person.
So, let's see, when did you guys first kind of like meet St. Pepsi?
This is my first time meeting him, actually.
No way.
Yeah, Joyce met him first.
I met him at Electronic too.
Yeah.
I played that with him. Well, yeah.
What about you guys?
First time meeting him on the
literally
stage.
everyone's first time?
Yeah. We've been in a group chat together for super long called the Healy Hunts.
Yeah.
And it was a group chat with him and a bunch of other future funk artists like Roller Girl, Tendencies.
No, Roller Girl. Whatever happened to Adam? Yeah. He was really good too. There was like a lot of good music going on back in the day.
There was the whole Keats crew and maybe a little bit of the Stratford Courts guys. I don't know if you remember this other label.
Stratford Court, that was a really big one too.
Yeah.
And Future Society was another like big.
Yeah, Future Society was the biggest collective, I think. Like literally everybody was on there. Like early generation, new generation, those young Bay Macross, those, like Eritas, Fiber, Desired, Nani Dato, like literally everybody.
How do you guys feel about like future funk now? Since from then to now, like.
I think the future is really exciting because it's, I don't know, I'm not sure. I have to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I feel about it right now.
You don't know how you feel about future funk right now?
I feel great about it, but
it has been 10 years since like.
No, and it's just starting to get popular. Because there's a lot of songs that people are just starting to know, and those are my oldest songs.
Yeah. And there's like definitely waves within genres.
Yeah.
Like you had the first wave of like 2013, and then you had a couple more. Do you feel like future funk is on the come up again?
It might be. For sure. Yeah. I mean, we really have to work our asses off and like make the best music we can right now.
Yeah.
So we can make that happen. But definitely, there's a lot of future in there. Like I feel like the genre still has a lot of work to like. You can make a lot of new things with it. Still.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I really like to think about it like Neon Vectors is making, this future funk kind of beats, but she's singing on them. So I think that's really where like it could go from here,
Yeah.
We're doing last call for drinks if you guys want to order anything else.
Do we
need another drink?
Can I go ahead and close you guys out?
well, man, do you want to share it here?
On the drink swag here. Drink swag.
How did you guys? This is my second time recording this. When did you realize when you first kind of saw virality?
I think I remember now, like probably, I think it was when I dropped Fun Tonight, that's when it really hit me, like this could go like way bigger than I thought. Because that song was playing like, not only in artsy music, but I was listening to it, in restaurants, like people send me videos of that song that played in restaurants, clubs and shit. And that was like when it really hit me that it could go, really go big.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first moment. And that's like obviously my biggest song.
Yeah. So what year was that when it started getting big? Was it like immediately, like right when you dropped it?
No, it was on the 1 year mark, I think.
Yeah.
It started really getting big. That was like maybe 5 years ago, something like that. 5 years, 6 years ago. Yeah.
So like 2016 maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then when did you see virality again? Round two.
Same in artsy music, but then when Electronic 2 called me to play, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll go. But when I get there and there was people with my tapes and my vinyls, and it was like, oh my god, like people really came to see me. And
Yeah.
It was real cool.
And then the big star of Future Funk, the big 15-second star.
15 seconds of fame. Yeah, obviously the big one was 50-50 with TikTok. I guess, everybody saw that. But the earliest one was Happiness Deluxe with artsy music. And after that, my second biggest one was Count What You Have Now, which is also on artsy music.
Yeah.
That was really the one that was, blew up. And because it also got featured on Ludwig's channel, the Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, who also was like the most subscribed Twitch streamer for a while. So everybody keeps commenting like mogul moves and oh it's the boy, like all all the Ludwig-related culture and stuff. So yeah.
And you said that when 50/50 was first posted on TikTok, they didn't have your name on it or anything like that.
It wasn't me. It was just this page called Aesthetic Audios.
Yeah.
And so at first I didn't realize, and that's why people kept sending me the clip over and over, because they were like, "Yo, I think that's your song." I was like, "Yeah, it is." But that actually turned out to work in my favor because everybody would Shazam the song. So that put me like top 89 worldwide on Shazam.
Really?
Shazam.
Well,
So crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I remember when I first started like listening to that on TikTok, and I was like, yo, I know that song. But there was every day, like every single TikTok video was that song. You know?
yeah.
Yeah, I think at the peak it was number 2 worldwide on Spotify viral charts. Yeah, like number 1 in the US and like all the major countries. Yeah, that was.
So was it like right when you released the song? It's like overnight?
Absolutely not. Actually, 50/50 is part of my first album, Metro City.
Yeah.
And when I first tried to release this, like every single label would decline me. They're like, yeah, we don't have time. There's actually a tweet if you go back on my Twitter. It's just a picture of a desert, and the caption is like me when I tried to release my album. But yeah, and so the TikTok viral thing happened 5 years after that. And in between, there's been some memes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Facebook page called The Same Picture of Nagatoro Every Day, and it's, it uses my song in the video. So, here and there, very, very meme culture related, I'd say.
And then what about you?
So
Especially with the label too.
So probably for me it's like when we released the Night Tempo album, Fantasy.
Yeah.
That one, I think that was our first release on the label, and it was like back then not a lot of people was doing cassette tape physical release, and no one was doing future funk physical stuff.
Yeah.
When we put out the cassette tape, and it sold out almost instantly. So
How many did you press?
for the first one it's like 200, and then I think we made like 100 more, so in total it's like 300, I guess. Yeah, so that's when I realized, we can actually make something out of future.
Yeah. And then so you said you did all the cassettes like handmade.
Yeah.
How long did it take to press 200?
I guess like a day, maybe one.
No way, a day.
Yeah, because I have a high speed duplicator. It's like 10 times.
Like 10x.
10x. So I think that one pretty fast. Yeah. But I have to do them like one by one.
Yeah.
So I guess the hardest part is peeling off the labels. I remember I used the Maxell like one hour tape for that, and then I have to like peel the sticker one by one and then stick out on the label.
Was there any like cassettes that were just like messed up? Like
probably maybe 5%.
Yeah. Just like they still had the residue of the last sticker on it. So what's like the song that you're most proudest of, would you say?
Damn, I think I'm really proud of Horsey, That's when I first started working with like singers, that was my big break into trying to produce for other people. And also, like, I was a big fan of Quiero Quiero Bonito, so that color meant a lot to me back then. Still does. And that was like, I don't know, I really felt like I was doing real music that time.
Yeah.
For the first time.
And then what about you, Neon Vectors?
I need a moment to think about it.
I'll go back to you. I guess what move that you did with your label, what are you most proud of?
Probably the Macross album, A Million Miles Away. Yeah, because that one is our best seller.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every time we stock it sold out like in hours.
Yeah. Dang. What about you? What project are you most proud of?
Well, my first album, Metro City, I really like because the story about how nobody wanted it and then it got famous with the single, hit single, with the single.
You released that on the City Records. Not nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, okay. Thanks to the City Records and also Dream Girl Records. Yeah, this is another label that actually wants it. So it's not true. I lied, but yeah, I really like that album. The track Barracuda, I'm really proud of. But yeah, aside of that, I like all my stuff, but I'm mostly excited about what's to come.
Yeah.
Like some of the tracks I've been working on.
I would have to say the same thing. I think my best work is coming,
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, mine too, but I would say like my last album, Discourse Range, because that's when I started like singing, and I was like, I finally found like the sound of neon vectors.
Yeah.
I'm singing now, and this is what neon vectors has from now.
You really put in the work. You took the classes for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are back. You guys are all sampling still. Do you guys ever fear like you guys might run out of samples? Like good songs?
I think we already ran out of samples. Like it's really hard to find new ones. Very, very hard. Like you have to dig deep, and still like there's a lot of things to do with the samples we got. Maybe we just don't know how to do it right now, but it will come to us. At some point. But definitely, I think we basically ran out of samples already.
Yeah.
So we already have to start doing something else.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I have my degree in music composition, so I want to use it, but I want to use like all the knowledge that I have. So no, I'm not afraid of running out of samples.
Yeah. And then what about you?
Yeah, I think we're definitely running thin on samples, but to me it's not so much about which samples you're using, but it's like what you made of it.
Yeah.
And I think, creativity is never going to run away, so people are still, finding new creative ways to use all the samples. Whether it be like, singing on top, chopping it differently, adding additional production. So yeah, I'm super excited to see like what's going on in the community.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had like any sample trouble? Like, because it must be kind of hard like releasing music that's.
Well, it depends. For me, it was really like when I got all the attention from the TikTok song 50/50. I actually had the original producer of the sample, Barry Blue, reach out to me, and he was like, "Yo, I produced a song. I like what you did with it. Let's work on how we can, keep this out and stay out of trouble." So,
Really?
Yeah. And I was really lucky that they liked what I did because, if they called me up and were like, "What did you do with my song?" It would have been a different story, but everybody worked with me and it was really good, so it turned out okay for me.
Yeah.
I haven't had any troubles so far.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I don't want to jinx you guys. I can't,
That's why I like to sing on top of the samples, because it's like it's now a little bit more yours.
Yes, makes your own song.
Yeah. So what were your? I'm running to the end of my my questions, but what were you guys' like influences? I guess.
Oh damn! I have like a lot of influences. Like for once, I really like rock music. So I really like.
And also, what kind of music are you guys listening to right now as well? Both. What are your influences? What kind of music are you guys listening to?
Right now, I'm listening to a lot of Rocking tu idioma, which is rocking your language back in Mexico, which is this wave of Mexican artists making music when it was like forbidden to make rock music in the 70s and 80s. So I'm listening to a lot of that, like Caifanes and like some Maná, shit like that. I don't know, for some reason. But I'm also listening to a lot of hip hop right now, and definitely I don't listen that much future funk, but rock music in general. Yeah, and those are my influences basically. Like I also like a lot of from the electronic music side, Underworld and Daft Punk, Justice, you know, all the Ed Banger Records crew. And rock music, a lot of rock music, you know, from shoegaze to, you know, grunge and metal, everything.
And then what about you? What are your influences? What kind of music have you been listening to?
I really like this guy called Valera, and he makes like house music. But also I listen a lot of Steve Lacy and Clara, and you know I really like future funk, but I think there's only guys in future funk, and I want to introduce like girls and queer community to the future funk because you know it's such a aesthetic place, and you know it's a lot of anime and that stuff, but there's only guys running the future funk. So I think we need more girls and queer people.
Definitely. And then what?
So I listen to a lot of Japanese city pops, and I still listen to them, and I get like I was inspired by a lot of like old Hong Kong music too, like the Canton pop we have in Hong Kong back in the 80s. Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah.
Nice. And then
Right now, I listen to mostly 80s and 70s music.
Yeah.
Just, right from all around the world, ranging from city pop to like fusion jazz to, you know, like LA boogie, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, as far as inspiration, I'd say, Daft Punk and Banger, like all of what Macross said, you know, like the Breakbot, all these guys. Yeah, we all listen to those guys.
Do you guys have like a favorite city pop artist from your?
Of course, I would say like for real, Toshiki Karamatsu. Toshiki Karamatsu is like the one that really got to me first and has stayed with me this whole time. You know, Toshiki Karamatsu was such a genius. He is such a genius. You know, he's crazy good.
Same for me, Toshiki Karamatsu. So before the pandemic, I went to see his concerts every year.
What?
Yeah, in Japan. Yeah.
You still doing it?
Yeah, every year.
Dude, that's crazy. What about you guys? Favorite city pop artist?
I couldn't pick a favorite, man. Yeah, go ahead.
For me, it's Tatsura.
Yeah. Classic. What would you agree that like that would also be your favorite album too?
It will be from city pop artists. After 5 Clash, Toshiki Karamatsu. Yeah. That's the first album actually I ever sampled, you know, so it holds a big place in my heart.
Yeah,
maybe For You by Yamashita Tatsuro would be like either For You by Yamashita Tatsuro or First Light by Makoto Matsushita. Would be like my favorite because like all the songs are bangers on these.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you're saying that they're still having like city pop.
They all came back.
They all came back. Yeah.
Like who else came back?
Everyone. Basically everyone. Yeah,
Really?
everyone that is still alive and still live in Japan.
Do you guys feel like maybe Future Funk maybe kind of helped city pop come back in a way?
Definitely. I mean, they saw their careers like a chance to relive their careers, and they're doing it because like it got really big.
And they're getting popular again worldwide.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, they're only popular in Japan.
Yeah, and even then it was sort of a weird spot back in the days because it was like Western infused music. Yeah, so it was kind of underground compared to what was going on the mainstream.
Back in the 80s, like the most popular thing there were popular idols. And not city pop.
But right now, I mean, you got The Weeknd sampling, city pop, and that is crazy. Like, but everyone came back. They're all like,
before Future Funk, city pop wasn't even distributed on the DSPs. Like, it wasn't even available. Like, you had to buy the vinyl or find someone that uploaded the album on YouTube. But I remember digging for samples early on. There was like one compilation called like Japanese 80s funk, and that was about it.
Yeah. Was that the one with the
one with like the Japanese like imperial flag?
Imperial flag for real?
Yeah, like the red and white like.
I never saw that one.
Oh, you never saw that one?
No, that is crazy.
Okay. That's the one I knew.
So, final question. Yeah. So, what's the music that you guys are working on right now? What are some projects that should be coming out? What are you guys working on?
Okay, right now I got a couple things going on. I'm about to release a lo-fi hip-hop album, beats that are like not only samples but are also composed by myself. You know, a lot of guitars and very chill music. And I also have this project called, it's a side project called ASAP Pucky, and it's just like house and techno beats. So I'm working a lot on that. And just like maybe I'm about to release like B-sides of Macross, like those tracks that I never released, but I'm trying to do them like as crazy as I can, like maybe way houseier, like really, really crazy. I'm really excited about the music I'm about to release.
Houseier, like more sidechainy or?
No, I don't know, like maybe fatter drums, like adding extra instruments and like make it really, really crazy,
Wait. All right, before we continue with this question, I need to ask, how do you guys feel about sidechain?
I love sidechain.
Dude, I love sidechain. It's great.
Sidechain's
That's
amazing.
the sauce, you know.
Nothing to for future fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Secret sauce, man.
No sidechain, no future fun.
Yeah, no, really. Do you guys ever feel like there's too much sidechain, like in your tracks?
You need to like you have to do it properly so it doesn't sound like nasty.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like mostly in future funk, a lot of producers make good songs, but they all sound like shit, So it's like you only hear the kick, like boom, boom, no melodies, no mixing.
Here's the trick: make the kick too loud and then compress the entire song.
Yeah.
That way, the peaks from the kick are gonna like bring up the rest of the song.
That's
and you
exactly
get
what I
natural.
do. That's
right?
exactly what I do.
Oh, Macross 8299 exposed.
Do you guys know about like sound goodizers?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about sound goodizers?
I love sound goodizer. Sound goodizer, OTT. That's the sauce.
Do you guys still use sound goodizers?
I don't. But I mean, I have equivalents.
Yeah.
I definitely still use OTT.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
All right, back to new stuff coming out. Neon Vectors?
I'm working in a collab album with Macross, and also I want to drop in a vaporwave album. So yeah.
Real vaporwave.
Yeah.
And
with
then,
vocals.
Oh shit.
Yes.
are you allowed to say what new stuff is coming out?
Actually, I'm planning to release another EP of my own, like when I go back to Hong Kong. So we are working on some tracks together.
That's right. We got the hotel room sessions going on. For me, I have a huge stock of tracks that I'm ready to release because I was signed with Warner, and so I couldn't release everything that I did. But now I'm not anymore. So the wastegate's open, and there's a lot of things coming up, both sample-based, both more housey, more future funky. Some stuff that's been really old that I play live and that everybody's hitting me up about releasing. Some fully composed stuff, really ambitious stuff that I can't talk too much about because, I want you guys to hear it first. But definitely excited about what's coming up.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for sitting down with me.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Meeting up at San Francisco for El Techo. This has been...
Please start finishing your drinks and heading out the door. We are closed.
You have to go home, but you can't stay here.
All right, let's go then, I guess.
This has been Together Online.
Dude, that was so good. Thanks for the interview, man.
Of course. Actually,